Hi, welcome to our channel of IGNOU Audiobooks. Indira Gandhi National Open University, School of Continuing Education, Certificate Programs, Certificate in Food and Nutrition, CFN-1 You and Your Food. Block-1 Food Groups, Nutrients and Their Functions. Unit-4 Micronutrients and Their Functions. In Unit-3 you have learnt about macronutrients and their functions. In this unit you will learn about micronutrients i.e., vitamins and minerals, their importance in our body, regulating processes and protection against diseases. 4.0 Objectives. After studying this unit, you will be able to state the functions and importance of each micronutrient in our diet. List the important food sources of each of the nutrients, and describe the effects of deficiency of these nutrients. 4.1 Introduction. In Unit 3 you have learnt that all nutrients are placed in two subgroups: micronutrients and macronutrients. We will now read about micronutrients. The dictionary meaning of word micro is minute or small, but here it means that even though they are essential for the body, their requirement is very small. There are two categories of micronutrients, vitamins and minerals. In this unit we will be discussing the sources, functions and the effect of the deficiency of these nutrients on the body, if these nutrients are not present in adequate amounts in our diet. 4.2 Vitamins. Vitamins are nutrients which are very important for good health. They are required in small amounts. Our body cannot synthesize them on its own. Therefore, they must be provided by food. The lack of vitamins in the diet leads to various deficiency diseases. Vitamins are divided into two groups. Fat-soluble vitamins. This group includes vitamins A, D, E and K. They require the presence of fat in diet for their proper absorption. As they are fat-soluble, the excess amounts of these vitamins present in food are stored in the body along with the fats, especially in the liver. 2. Water-soluble vitamins. These are vitamins of the B complex group and vitamin C. They are soluble in water and therefore, the excess amounts of these are excreted through urine. As they cannot be stored in the body for long, we must include them in adequate amounts in our daily food. Let us first discuss the sources, functions and effects of inadequate and excess intake of fat-soluble vitamins. 4.2.1 Vitamin A. We get vitamin A from foods in two forms. Retinol, which is also commonly called vitamin A, is the form in which the vitamin is utilized by the body. It is present mainly in animal foods. 2. Beta-carotene, which is the precursor of retinol or vitamin A, is present in plant foods. In the body this gets converted to retinol or vitamin A and is then used. 4 parts of beta-carotene would be converted to 1 part of vitamin A in the body. Sources. Foods which are a good source of retinol or vitamin A are butter, milk, ghee, curd and eggs. Liver and fish liver oils are very rich sources of vitamin A. Carotene is present in green leafy vegetables like radish leaves, bathua, spinach and methi etc. It is also obtained from yellow and red vegetables like carrots, tomatoes, pumpkin and fruits like papayas and mangoes. Some carotene is also present in milk, eggs and butter along with retinol. Figure 4.1 Vitamin A. Rich foods. Look at the screen for table content. Functions. Vitamin A is very important for our eyes. You must have noticed that we can see even when the light is dim, e.g., in a slightly darkened room. This is made possible by the presence of vitamin A. Vitamin A also keeps the eyes healthy, moist, clear and protected from infections. Vitamin A is important for the healthy development of the skin and of the mucous lining of the gastrointestinal tract and genitourinary tract. It is also necessary for normal growth and development of the body. Effects of deficiency/excess. How does the deficiency of vitamin A affect the human body adversely? If the diet is lacking in vitamin A or if there is poor absorption of fats, deficiency of vitamin A occurs. The first symptom of this deficiency is inability to see in dim light. This is known as night blindness. If this condition is not treated, it slowly leads to drying of the eyelids and the eye becomes dull. If still untreated, the eyes become soft and get infected. This finally leads to permanent blindness. The deficiency of vitamin A also affects the skin in that it becomes dry and wrinkled. Give your child foods rich in vitamin A to protect him from blindness. To overcome deficiency of vitamin A, children are given a concentrated dose of vitamin A every 6 months as it can be stored in the body. This dose is administered in the public health centers in our country. Excessive amount of vitamin if taken as a medicine is also harmful. It leads to headache and vomiting. In such a case, the intake should be stopped. Check your progress exercise 1. 1. Vitamin A is important for our 2. List foods rich in vitamin A. 4.2.2 Vitamin D. We get vitamin D mostly from a precursor, 7-dehydrocholesterol, which is present under our skin. When the sun's rays fall on the skin, this precursor gets converted to vitamin D. We also obtain it in small amounts from some foods. Sources. We mainly depend on action of sunlight on the precursor present in our skin to meet our needs of vitamin D. We also get the vitamin from foods like liver, fish, egg, yolk, milk, butter and ghee. Fish liver oils are a very good source of the vitamin. Like vitamin A, vitamin D is also added to Vanaspati. Figure 4.2. Sources of vitamin D. Look at the screen for table content. Functions. Vitamin D is important for the proper absorption of calcium in our body and its deposit in the bones and teeth. It helps in the formation of strong bones and healthy teeth. Effects of deficiency. The deficiency of vitamin D is common in children and women living in dark, damp places where there is no sunlight. This causes a disease called rickets in children. In this, the calcium and phosphorus are not absorbed properly in the body and so the bones and teeth remain soft and weak. This leads to poor growth of the child. The child finds it difficult to bear his weight. The legs get bowed. The ends of bones of hands and legs get enlarged. The child starts to walk late and bone fracture easily on falling. The teeth also do not develop normally and may decay. In young girls, deficiency of vitamin D leads to improper formation of the bones of the pelvis, which later on cause difficulty in delivery of a baby. At a later stage, the bones of the pelvis of a woman become weak due to lack of vitamin D. As the bones cannot bear the weight of the body, they bend or break. This causes pain in walking and difficulty in childbirth. This condition is known as osteomalacia. Exposure to sunlight for some time every day promotes healthy bones and teeth. Check your progress exercise 2-1. Fill in the blanks. A. The main source of vitamin D for our body is B. Vitamin D helps in the absorption of C. Vitamin D is important for the healthy growth of and D. The deficiency of vitamin D causes the condition of in children and in women. You are listening to this audiobook on Audio Learn IGNOU. 4.2.3 Vitamin E. This is also a fat-soluble vitamin. It is important in the healthy functioning of the reproductive system in the body. A deficiency of this vitamin, therefore, can lead to problems related to the reproductive system. However, it is very rare that deficiency of this vitamin is seen because it is present in many foods that we commonly eat. Also, it is required by the body in small amounts and so the need can be easily met. Whole grain cereals, soybean, peanuts, coconut, etc. are good sources of vitamin E. 4.2.4 Vitamin K. This helps to bring about clotting of blood and thus prevents or stops the loss of blood from our body whenever there is an injury or cut. A little amount of vitamin K is synthesized in our body by some microorganisms present in our intestines. The food sources are green leafy vegetables like spinach, methi, radish leaves, etc. When there is deficiency of vitamin K, the body loses a lot of blood due to a cut or injury. Pregnant mothers and newborn babies are often given a dose of vitamin K to check bleeding during childbirth and brain hemorrhages, respectively. Check your progress exercise 3.1. List the importance of vitamin E and vitamin K. Now let us discuss the water-soluble vitamins. 4.2. 5 vitamins of the B complex group. These are a group of vitamins which are present in some types of food. As they are soluble in water, they are easily lost by throwing the water in which food has been soaked or cooked. There are a number of vitamins in this group and the most important ones are vitamin B1 or thiamine, vitamin B2 or riboflavin, vitamin B3 or niacin, folic acid, vitamin B12. Sources: whole cereals, pulses and nuts are good sources of thiamine and niacin. Fermented unsprouted foods like dosa, idli, sprouted pulses, etc. are also rich in these vitamins. Animal foods like eggs, liver, brain and kidney are very good sources of B complex vitamins. Milk and its products are especially important for riboflavin. They also have a precursor which gets converted in the body to niacin. Green leafy vegetables like methi, spinach and bathua are a good source of riboflavin and folic acid. Functions: the B complex vitamins are essential for normal growth and development. They are important for the healthy functioning of vital organs, like the heart, nerves and brain, and also for healthy skin, eyes and gastrointestinal tract. Vitamins B12 and folic acid are important in the normal formation of the red blood cells in our body. Effect of deficiency: the deficiency of vitamin BP or thiamine leads to a disease called beriberi. It also leads to weakness, loss of appetite and poor movement of the muscles. There is also heaviness and weakness of the legs and a burning sensation in the body. If not treated, the disease also affects the heart, which can finally lead to death. Deficiency of B2 or riboflavin leads to lesions at the angles of the mouth, angular stomatitis, inflammation of the tongue, glossitis, and dry chapped lips with ulcers, cheilitis. The deficiency of vitamin B3 or niacin leads to a disease called pellagra. The person gets diarrhea and the tongue is swollen and red. There is itching and burning of the skin, especially on those portions which are exposed to the sun and where there is friction at the elbows and neckline. The skin on these areas get dyspigmented. Also, the person is mentally depressed, confused and has a poor memory. If the disease is not treated in time, it can cause death. In the deficiency of folic acid and vitamin B12, the red blood cells are not formed normally and this causes anemia. The person becomes pale and gets tired and breathless even on walking for a short duration. B complex vitamins keep your heart, skin and mind healthy. They also prevent anemia. Check your progress exercise 4.1. Describe the deficiency symptoms of the following. A. Wheat. B2 or riboflavin. B. Wheat. B3 or niacin. 2. What are the important sources of B complex vitamins in our diet? 4.2.6 Vitamin C. It is also known as ascorbic acid. It is easily destroyed on exposure to heat and light. We mainly get it from fruits and vegetables. Sources. Vitamin C is often called the fresh food vitamin. This is so because it is very easily destroyed on cooking. Citrus fruits like oranges, sweet lime, and lemons are a very good source of vitamin C. Sprouted grams, guava and pineapple are also rich in vitamin C. Other good sources are vegetables like cabbage, green chilies, tomato and green leafy vegetables like spinach, methi, radish leaves, amaranth and chole. Amla is a cheap and very rich source of vitamin C. Figure 4.3. Vitamin C rich foods. Look at the screen for table content. Functions. Vitamin C is important in the body for the healthy development of our teeth, gums and skin. It also gives us the ability to protect ourselves against infections. Effect of deficiency. The deficiency disease of vitamin C is called scurvy. There is pain, swelling, bleeding of the gums. The teeth get loose and may fall off. There is also swelling, pain and tenderness in the joints. Eat plenty of fresh fruits and vegetables to get a good supply of vitamin C. Check your progress exercise 5. 1. Vitamin C is important for 2. The deficiency of vitamin C is called 4.3. Minerals. Besides the nutrients already discussed, food has certain other essential constituents called minerals. They are also important for growth and development and various regulatory functions of the body. Like vitamins, the minerals are also needed in small amounts. There are a number of minerals required by the body. We are, however, going to study only about calcium, iron and iodine, which are considered most important because their deficiency is commonly seen in our population. 4.3.1 Calcium. Compared to other minerals, calcium is present in a large quantity in our body. It is present in almost every cell of the body, but the maximum amount is in the bones and teeth along with the mineral phosphorus. Sources. Calcium can be obtained in our diet from milk and milk products, except butter and ghee. Green leafy vegetables such as spinach and methi are also rich sources of calcium. Animal foods such as meat, fish and eggs also provide some amount of calcium. Cereals are only a fair source of calcium, with the exception of ragi, commonly consumed in the south, which is an excellent source of calcium. Among the oil seeds, till seeds are very rich in calcium. Figure 4.4 Calcium-rich foods. Look at the screen for table content. Functions. The major role of calcium is to build our bones and teeth and keep them healthy. This function is performed in combination with phosphorus in the presence of vitamin D. Besides this, calcium also helps to regulate various body processes, for example, the clotting of blood. Calcium is important for building healthy bones and teeth. Effect of deficiency. Calcium deficiency is most commonly seen in pregnant and lactating mothers and in children. In children, this leads to symptoms like that seen in the case of rickets as already described under vitamin D. Similar symptoms are seen in women as in the case of osteomalcia, which has been described earlier. Practical activity 1. List the various calcium-rich foods which you have consumed yesterday in your diet. You are listening to this audiobook on Audio Learn IGNOU. 4.3.2 Iron. Another important mineral for the body is iron. It is required in very small amounts by the body and is therefore also called a trace element. Sources. Whole grain cereals contribute a major share of iron to our diet. Other sources are green leafy vegetables, egg yolk, liver and meat. Jaggery, though a sweetener, is also a good source of iron. Hence we should prefer jaggery to sugar to sweeten our foods. Figure 4.5 Iron-rich foods. Look at the screen for table content functions. Iron plays a major role in the synthesis of hemoglobin, which is the red-colored pigment present in our red blood cells. It is this hemoglobin which carries oxygen from the lungs to the tissues and carbon dioxide back from the tissues to the lungs. Iron makes your blood red and healthy. Effect of deficiency. Iron deficiency is known as anemia. It is most commonly seen in children and women of reproductive age. In case of anemia, the working capacity of a person decreases due to insufficient supply of oxygen to the tissues. Persons becomes breathless very soon and gets tired easily. Persons appears pale. Tongue and fingertips become pale. All these symptoms are due to lack of production of hemoglobin. Check your progress exercise 6.1. Fill in the blanks. A. Iron is an important component of. B. Iron deficiency causes. C. In an Indian diet, iron comes mainly from 4.3.3 iodine. Another trace element whose deficiency is commonly found is iodine. Iodine is an important constituent of the thyroid hormone thyroxine in our body, which controls the various body processes. The deficiency of iodine leads to a condition called goiter. In this, there is an enlargement of the thyroid gland in the neck region. As the body processes are affected, the person becomes inactive and also puts on weight. This deficiency is very commonly seen in the Himalayan regions of our country. It is also widespread in cities like Delhi and Hyderabad. Iodine is present in the soil from where it is taken up by the plants. So if the soil is rich in iodine, the crops grown on it are a good source of iodine in the diet. In hilly areas where the soil is easily washed off by rains and melting snow, the deficiency of iodine is more commonly seen. Seafoods are very rich in iodine. To prevent its deficiency, the government has launched a national program of producing and distributing iodized salt. Since salt is a universally used cheap food additive or taste enhancer and the addition of iodine to it does not affect its quality, it is best to add iodine to salt as a measure to prevent goiter. Hence, the best way of preventing iodine deficiency is to use iodized salt in our diet. Use iodized salt to prevent goiter. Hack Your Progress Exercise 7.1. Describe the disease caused by the deficiency of iodine and how it can be prevented. Practical activity to list 3 common foods, each rich in the following nutrients, and indicate the cost per 100 grams. A. Vitamin B, Vitamin C, Iron 4.4. Let us sum up the micronutrients present in foods are vitamins and minerals. The vitamins are classified into fat-soluble and water-soluble. The fat-soluble vitamins are vitamins A, D, E and K, while the water-soluble ones are vitamins of the B complex group and vitamin C. They are important in our body for regulating various body processes and they help in normal growth and development. Amongst the minerals, calcium, iron and iodine are important for various functions in the body. As iron and iodine are required in very small quantities, they are also known as trace elements. 4.5. Glossary. Hemoglobin, red matter in the blood which takes in oxygen from the air and carries it to all parts of the body. Iodized salt, the salt to which iodine has been added. Precursor, a substance from which another compound like a vitamin is formed by the body. Synthesis, uniting simpler units to form a more complex compound like amino acids to protein. Vitamins, certain micronutrients found in fresh fruits, fresh milk, green leaves, etc. These materials are necessary for health and their absence from food causes various illnesses. 4.6. Answers to exercises. Check your progress. Exercise 1.1. A. Healthy eyes. B. Healthy skin. C. Normal growth and development. 2. A. Butter. B. Liver. C. Fish liver oils. D. Milk. Check your progress. Exercise 2A. 70 hydrocholesterol. B. Calcium. C. Bones and teeth. D. 1. Rickets. 2. Osteomalacia. Check your progress. Exercise 3.1. Vitamin E is important for the normal functioning of the reproductive system. Vitamin K is important to prevent excessive bleeding. Check your progress. Exercise 4.1. A. The deficiency of vitamin B2 leads to lesions at the angles of the mouth, anagular stomatitis, inflammation of the tongue, glossitis, and dry chapped lips with ulcers, cheilitis. B. Symptoms of vitamin B3 deficiency, pellagra, include diarrhea, red and swollen tongue. There is itching and burning on the exposed parts of the skin and where there is friction. The skin gets dyspigmented. The person is mentally depressed, confused and has a poor memory. 2. Whole cereals, pulses and nuts as well as animal foods like egg, liver, brain and kidney. Check your progress. Exercise 5.1. A. Teeth. B. Gums. C. Skin. 2. Scurvy. Check your progress. Exercise 6.1. A. Hemoglobin. B. Anemia. C. Cereals and green leafy vegetables. Check your progress. Exercise 7.1. The deficiency of iodine is called goiter. There is an enlargement of the thyroid gland in the neck region. The person becomes inactive and puts on weight. The consumption of iodized salt helps to prevent this deficiency.